Hi everyone, and welcome to a beginner's guide for Pilates. I thought I'd just put this little video together today just to give you a very brief history of Pilates. Some of you are relatively new to Pilates with me, some have never done it before. You might be thinking to yourself, well, I'd like to give it a go, but I don't know much about it, I don't know what it does. So here's a little short video just explaining a little bit about it. Pilates is from one man. That man was Joseph Pilates, who came over to the UK during the war and was placed into an internment camp in the Isle of Man in the outbreak of the war. And he devised an exercise regime to strengthen his own body. He was a very sickly child and suffered from many ailments, but became obsessed with the way the body moves, became obsessed with rehabilitation and how he could strengthen his body. And he was into many forms of sport and exercise over many years. He discovered that by engaging what we now know as core muscles and improving his own posture, he was stronger, fitter, healthier, more supple, and was able to go about his everyday activities feeling better. He then decided to teach this form of exercise to as many people as he possibly could. Now, one thing that he discovered, and you may have heard me talk about this an awful lot in class, and that's called what we now call zip and hollow. Now, to him, that was engaging his pelvic floor and engaging his abdominals. Now, the zip part of that procedure is your pelvic floor muscles. The hollow is your abdominals, so you're basically drawing your navel to your spine. So once you've engaged that and you do that regularly, it kind of becomes second nature. You don't really think about doing it. It's something that you do day to day. It helps you stand taller, it helps you sit taller, it helps to relieve pressure on areas of the body that don't necessarily need to be pressurized, i.e. hips, knees, ankles, and it allows you and helps you walk and move around in a more of a healthier way. So with the beginner's guide to Pilates, we'll start off on the floor and we'll work through the zip, work through the hollow, and a little bit of a breathing pattern. So before we go into the exercises, we start off by laying down on the floor, head on the head cushions, our feet and knees are hip distance apart, and we're going to go through a neutral pelvic position, a neutral spinal position. Now, when I say neutral, we're looking at the natural points of the body, the natural curve of the spine. If we have a look at any anatomical human body picture or a model of a skeleton, you'll notice that the spine has kind of a natural sort of S-curve to it. And it's designed in a specific way like that, naturally designed in a specific way to absorb pressure, to absorb impact. So we're trying to encourage those natural points in the spine. So when we lay on the floor, our pelvis is in what we call a neutral position. So therefore, the lumbar spine, the lumbar curve, is just gently lifted off the floor. It's about the thickness of your fingers. You could slide your hand underneath your lumbar curve. And then as we work our way up the spine, the next point of contact is going to be roughly the center of the rib cage, in contact with the floor, of course. And then our shoulders, shoulder blades relaxed on the floor, head on the head cushions. That's our neutral position, our natural position, laying on the floor. And we're zipping, we're hollowing while we're doing it. So the pelvic floor is nice and strong and engaged, and the abdominals are pulled through to the spine. So already we're engaging the core structure. And we try and keep these muscles and these structures engaged throughout everything we're doing, not just in Pilates, but also throughout our day-to-day lives. Yeah, whether we're out and about, when we are allowed to go out and about, of course, be it shopping, be it driving, be it just walking to and from work, wherever it may be, whatever you're doing, if you can engage those muscles, it's going to help you stay stronger. Now, whilst we're doing this, we want to encourage the breath, the breathing pattern. Now, with the Pilates form of exercise, the breathing pattern is coming into the rib cage. We want to inflate the lungs, we want to expand the rib cage, but not in a way that allows you to kind of do that sort of thing where you're arching the back and you're lifting the chest. As you breathe in, you're trying to expand the rib cage out to the side, what we call lateral breathing. Yeah, the back of your rib cage, you're trying to imagine it's pressing down into the floor. All right, so deep breath in, breathing out. Tummy nice and tight and the pelvic floor nice and strong. Breathing in and breathing out. Deep breath in and breathing out. So you can see the rib cage is expanding, but the tummy's not going up and down. We want to keep the tummy muscles nice and tight. We shouldn't see the tummy lifting up and down as we're breathing into the rib cage. Breathing in, breathing out. And whilst we're doing this, my arms are nice and relaxed, my shoulders are nice and relaxed. The only part of my body that is tight, that is strong, is my pelvic floor and of course my abdominal muscles, my core muscles. Breathing in and breathing out. And then once you've got that breathing pattern kind of not necessarily mastered, but you're used to that type of breathing pattern, you're ready for exercise, you're ready for movement. Now a lot of people, I just sit myself up for a second. Now a lot of people, when they're taking part in Pilates, a lot of people say to me that they're getting confused with the breathing pattern, which is quite normal. A lot of people think that the breathing pattern is the opposite to what they're used to doing, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. If you do get confused during a Pilates session, breathe. Yeah, don't hold your breath. Just carry on breathing. But once you do get used to the breathing pattern in Pilates, try and think to yourself as you go into an exercise, you exhale. As you come out of the exercise, inhale. So a little example, okay, is if you go through pelvic tucks, breathing in to prepare, breathing out, pelvic tuck, breathing in and back into neutral, breathing out, breathing in, rolling back down through the lumbar spine and back to that neutral position with the pelvis, breathing out, breathing in. Likewise, when we go into a Pilates sit-up, breathing in to prepare, tummy nice and tight, chin to chest, breathe out, breathing in and down, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, zipped, hollowed, breathing in. And another final exercise here, so full body stretch, breathe out, rib cage relax, stretch it out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, stretching out through the fingers and the toes, rib cage relaxed, breathing in. And an exercise I call knee folds, for example, again, we're zipped, we're hollowed, the pelvis is staying in that neutral position, so we're avoiding the rocking, movement from the hip joint, breathe out as you raise, breathe in as you lower, breathe out, breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. There we go. Okay, so if anybody's interested in taking part in Pilates, isn't sure about Pilates, hopefully that's a little bit of assistance for you, and that is going through what I would call my beginner's guide, just taking you through the breathing pattern, taking you through neutral pelvis and neutral spine, and there's a few little exercises just to demonstrate how the breathing pattern works as you move through the exercise. As always, any questions, any concerns, feel free to message me, ring me as well. If you wish, you're more than welcome to have a chat with me at any time. I'd love to see you come into class Wednesday 10:30, of course, and Thursday 6 p.m. It would be lovely to see you there. And anyone who hasn't done Pilates before would like to give it a go, please come and join me. Take good care, stay healthy, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye for now.